Welcome back to another Microsoft Azure instructional video. I'm your host, Jaquez, and today we're going to go over a bit of user account creation as well as role-based access control, otherwise known as RBAC, within Microsoft Azure. And in the process of doing that, we have two tickets in our queue that we're going to completely resolve. So without further ado, let's get started. So to start off, we have this ticket here. New hire Chris Green needs his user account set up. He needs to have reader permission over subscription Azure, subscription 1. He also needs owner permissions for the Learn App Service resource group. All right, so the first step of this process is to create Chris Green's account. Second step would be to provide reader permission over this subscription here. Third step is to provide owner permissions over this resource group. All right, so the first thing we want to do is come here to enter ID. Let's go to users. All right, new user, create. So principal name is going to be Chris at, followed by the domain name. Display name is going to be Chris Green. We have here his temporary password. We're going to want to copy that. All right, and let's review and create. So we want to make sure that we have his temporary password here. Have his email already. And let's create the user. So as you can see, user successfully created, but it didn't pop up here. In that case, you want to hit refresh, and there it is. His user has been created. So first things first, let's sign in as Chris Green, and let's make sure that he has access. So let's take his email here, followed by the temporary password, which he should have received in his personal email address. All right, let's sign in. Now it is prompting him to create his own password. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, as you can see, he's prompted to set up MFA via the Microsoft Authenticator app. That's what this tenant is requiring, but for right now, we'll skip that. And great. He was able to successfully log in, and part 1 of this ticket has been taken care of. Now on to part 2. He needs to have reader permissions over subscription Azure subscription 1. So from Chris's point of view, let's see if we have any access to any subscriptions. And as you can see, none are popping up here, which means that we don't. So let's go back over here to our Azure portal. And let's go to subscriptions. Azure subscription 1. So now what we want to do is go to access control IAM. And let's add a role assignment. All right. Once again, it said reader permission. All right. Let's hit next. Select a member. Select Chris. And let's review and assign. See, the role is correct. The user is correct. Let's assign. All right. May take a few seconds to populate. If it doesn't populate on Chris's end, you can tell him to refresh his page and see if that makes it populate. And there it is. So as you can see, we have the subscription here, and you have the role as reader right there. So part 2 of the ticket has been successfully completed. Let's move on to part 3. Needs owner permissions for the Learn App Service resource group. So from Chris's point of view, let's go to resource groups. Okay, we have the resource group there. All right. Let's go to IAM and view my access. And as you can see, he does not have the owner role for this particular resource group. So it'll need to be assigned. So we want to go back over here. And let's go to resource groups. All right. Learn App Service. Same field, access control IAM. And we're going to add another role assignment. All right. Now, this would actually be a privileged administrator role. So let's go over there and let's select owner. And just for future references, if you ever run into any issues, because there is a lot of roles, if you ever run into any issues understanding the role, you can always view the description here. As you can see, this one gets cut off, so you can always widen it and it'll give you the full description of the role and what access it has. All right, let's go to next. Select members. We want to select Chris. All right, let's go to conditions. Now, we always want to follow the rule of least privilege. So in this case, we are going to assign the recommended access. All right. So you see the excluded roles here will be owner, user access administrator, role-based access control administrator. All right, let's click next. And the role is correct, user is correct, conditions are correct. Let's review and assign. All right, looks like he was added as an owner for this resource group. Let's go back over to Chris and make sure that it populated. So let's view my access, and there it is. As you can see the role, you can see with this resource, and if he has any questions, about his conditions, he can always click view and get a full breakdown of the conditions that he currently has. All right, so with that being said, ticket number 1 has been resolved. Let's move on to the second ticket. User Jim Brown needs to have password reset capabilities for all users within tenant. Okay, so let's sign in as Jim Brown and see if we currently have that capability. All right. All right, let's take Jim Brown's email. And let's sign in. All right, let's go to Entra ID. We want to go to users. And let's see if we can reset Chris's password. And as you can see, due to incorrect level of administrative privileges, we don't have that capability. So what we are going to want to do, let's go to Entra ID. Let's go to users, select Jim Brown, and we want to go to assigned roles. All right. As you can see, there are no roles assigned, so we want to click add assignments. And for the purpose of this ticket, we're going to assign the help desk administrator role. So as you can see, has reset password capabilities. Let's select add. And you see it was successful here, but it didn't pop up. Let's click refresh. All right, sometimes it takes a second. And there it is. So the role of help desk administrator has been assigned to Mr. Jim Brown. Now let's go back over here in Jim's profile and let's see if he has that capability. So goes to reset password. As you can see, he still does not have the ability to do it. Now, sometimes this can take a while to populate. And as you can see, we refresh a couple of times. And he still does not have that ability. So we would tell Jim Brown, hey, sign out of your account and sign back in and see if you currently have that ability. So let's sign out, sign back in. All right. Let's go back to Entra ID. Let's go to users, Chris Green, reset password, and now you see that Mr. Brown has the ability to assign Mr. Green with a temporary password. So ticket number 2 has also been resolved. All right, perfect. So today we were able to resolve 2 tickets, and I'll see you next time for another Microsoft Azure instructional video.